See, it's not even about the clothes here. You walked in with presence, and that is the real choice.
I mean, intention over everything.
You could have been wearing a plastic bag, and still, you would have walked in like it's couture.
As long as the walk is right, you know. But you know, I respect the drama when I see it.
And see, that's what I like about you. There's always that balance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa, whoa. We got hustle in the valley, overcoming in the valley. It's a grind, quiet, let that work shine in the valley. It's our time in the valley, no lie in the valley. You got options, what you choose, cause this valley got a voice. Valley voices, valley voices.
I'm here with my guest, Billi, who is a fashion designer, author, and all-around artist. How you doing today, Billi?
Doing great. How you doing, Diamond?
I'm good.
Okay.
More than good, actually. I mean, we were talking earlier about one of the great books that apparently we both read.
Yeah, I love that book for sure.
Happy Pocket Full of Money.
Yeah.
Now, how did you come across that book?
It's a good question. I read it at least like 10 times, but it
10
might have
times?
just at least, not like back to back to back, but like over time, like I always just find myself going back to it. But I think I just found it looking for books. I don't know how did you have like the physical or a PDF?
No, I'm on Audible.
Okay, so you listen to it. But like there's a couple websites I go to with like free PDFs of books.
So many gems in that book. What are you reading now?
The other day I was reading Ego is the Enemy.
I heard that.
Forgot the author. I was reading that the other day. That's the most recent thing I've read.
Okay. Yeah. Is it a short read?
I'm like halfway through. Shorter chapters. Like it's not like super long chapters or anything, but it's a good read. Recommend it.
People sleep on metaphysical books and people sleep on books about meditation, but then you don't know how to astral project and control your dreams, and you're not harnessing that hidden power. But that's all you. Valley Voices has been through ups and downs. I'm sure you know all about that with Plus One Company.
Yeah,
or is it Plus One and Company?
It's the Plus One Company.
With Plus One Company, when did Plus One Company become a thing? Even, let's say, before it became a physical thing, when did it become a thing to you?
I want to say maybe summer 2016. It was kind of like a rough patch for me.
Yeah.
I think I just dropped out of college kind of thing because I graduated in 2014. So I think I went to college 2015, and then 2016 I was kind of just like, do I really want to do this? Like, and I chose no, I don't really want to do this. So I'm in a tough place. I'm at my mom's house, I actually quit my job too. So it's just me and it's just kind of like, what am I really going to do with my life? I actually lost my girl too at the time. Like we broke up, whatever. So, I just kind of lost everything. I needed something to kind of get me.
I'm glad COVID wasn't going on.
Yeah, true. So the name it's more of an action than an name. So Plus One was about just adding on to whatever you did, So we started off, I said we, but I started off kind of with denim, just adding on to the denim, and that would be like a Plus One. And then from there, with t-shirts.
That's
cool from there,
Okay. That's a cool concept that it's not just a noun. It's also was meant to be sort of like an action or a prompt for people to like, I don't know if this is intentional for you, but like having people sort of add value to their lives?
So when I kind of wrote out the whole vision of it was definitely like infusing the clothing with energy, I would say. Just something to add value. Like instead of a shirt with just Plus One on it, I was doing shirts with like, it had like a scoreboard design and it had like 1-0. So the score is 1-0. Meaning like you're winning, meaning
I like that.
Yeah, it was like, that was like one of the earliest designs.
Okay. It's in the archive now?
Yeah, it's in the archive. I don't think I'll bring it back. At least not in that way. I'll have to kind of redo it.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
Yep.
But have you done like an interview before? Are you used to like talking about plus one and like the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, I've done a lot of interviews, podcasts, stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that over the almost 10 years. Even though I took like 2 years off to write my book, but
Yeah.
I've done a lot of talking about explaining.
Yeah. Do you model your clothes too?
Not much actually, because I'm
No.
usually behind the camera. So,
Oh.
but I do have like photos wearing my stuff, like, but
Yeah.
I'm not usually like, hey, take pics of me in it, you know?
Yeah.
No.
What do you think drew you to fashion instead of, I don't know, any other type of art, if like painting or anything like
Well,
that?
I paint too, but
You paint too?
yeah, that's why I say artist. That's what I'm saying. It's kind
I'm
of
like,
yeah, but again, going back to that summer, it's summer now,
yeah,
and I have no money.
yeah.
So what I had to do again with the denim, we turn those jeans into shorts and stuff like that. So that's
Okay.
kind of like I personally don't think I'm
Mm-hmm.
really into fashion, to be honest. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm more into the art, the creating side of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
You want your pieces in like a gallery?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I've
for
seen
sure.
that before where people have it framed.
hmm
So I think that's cool.
That was one of the for the last show. That was one of the promo ideas. We were going to do like rent out a gallery and kind of have like all of the art. I mean, not the art, the clothes on the wall,
Yeah.
like as a what is it,
Instead of,
memorandum? Yeah, like it was like because the last collection was through the fire. So we were gonna
mm-hmm,
have all the clothes on the wall
mm-hmm.
showing like how they have pictures of soldiers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So something like that, just showing like we've been through all of this. Da, da,
Mm-hmm.
da. Yep.
Oh, like through the years, or what? Each one had a
Through
story.
yeah, each piece had a story, so it was gonna kind of explain the story and just kind of go from there. Yeah, it was just, but I couldn't find a gallery to rent out and do all of that. It was just it was a lot.
He's different because this made me think of the promo on your Instagram for the upcoming show.
Right.
Now I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I want to say it's NEWDÉ because of the. Am I completely off?
So you can say it two ways. It's nude or new day.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I think that's how I started to say it when I first saw it, like maybe a month ago.
Right.
But then I kept seeing it and I'm like, is it NEWDÉ?
It's both. Yep. It's
Ooh, was
however
that
you prefer.
intentional? Because I love a double entendre.
So it's funny because shout out to Nico. I just saw Nico last night.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going with nude. I was just going with nude.
Was it going to be spelled that way?
The same way. It was still going to be spelled the
okay.
same way. But I was just chopping it up with him like a little brainstorming session. And then he was like, if you add the little thing at the top of the E, now it's new day.
Who's Nico though? Because
So Nico is another artist. He makes music, clothes. Like he's really good with cut and sew. So that's why we just hang out, chop it up from time to time.
Like y'all were talking and the nude became...
Yeah, we were just talking about clothes, fashion, and then I was just telling him like, hey, this is what's coming, and then yeah, he just like, hey, if you add the little thing on top of the E, it's a new day too.
Yeah.
Which helps the storyline as well. Yeah.
Because the photo or the graphic for that is, I just find that very inspiring. Like, I don't know if it's like seeing us as like Greek goddesses and gods or as angels, because to me it is a little bit angelic and how it's coming across. Because I think there's clouds. Is it clouds or is it just blue?
So there's clouds and there's a sunrise and all of that. That
It's
goes
gorgeous.
into the new day theme. You know, it's a new day, so the sun is rising.
Coming out of the fire? Was that intentional?
Yeah, it's definitely intentional.
I can't wait for this show.
Yeah, and that's why nude. So that's why I was going with nude at first, because after through the fire, you know, all your clothes are burnt. So now you're kind of nude, you know, and then the clothes are going to be kind of sheer, like lighter weight material for the summer, of course. Yeah. So it just all kind of played it.
I need to come out to this show. Can you let them know the location and the time and where they can get their tickets?
The tickets will only be available on our website. We used Eventbrite last time. Wasn't really feeling it. Bethlehem Ice House, July 13th, 4 to 8 p.m. Tickets available now.
What day is the 13th?
A Sunday. It's a Sunday during the day, you know. again, NEWDÉ. So you do it on a Sunday. You do. I'm like, I did one on Saturday though. I'm gonna come clean. I wanted a Saturday, but they didn't have it. Like we were talking about that video. It's very tough to get into the ice house. You kind of gotta know a guy to know a guy because their contact really is.
They're not talking like that.
Yeah, it's like tough.
It's a big deal getting into the ice house, and
historic,
I know
right?
You about to turn this out. I can't wait to see the intention that you put behind like the phrasing of your shows. So I know that's gonna come across in the music, the set design, and of course in the clothes. So be in the place.
Be
in
there.
The place.
For sure. We're gonna do cash giveaways too. We're gonna have like prizes you can win, all types of fun stuff. It's gonna be fun.
You're gonna have to battle against me because I win everything. I'm lucky like that. So if you come prepared. I noticed, and I'm looking through your Instagram, I'm like, there's a lot of fire happening here. Did you always like to experiment with the elements?
Like you're talking about actual fire?
Actual, I saw you like lighting and burning things like as part of like features for the clothes. And honestly, I was a little bit of a pyromaniac growing up. It was very, very quiet, just matches. But what does it represent or like symbolize to you?
So the last class was the first time I ever used fire, or I guess really any element. But it just symbolized the journey. The fire, the burns, it symbolized like, again, the name of the collection was Through the Fire. It just because again, in that period of my life, going through a lot, and I was just figuring out what I can do to bring what I'm going through to the art, to the clothes, and fire just felt the most appropriate. How else can you really show or tell people that you're going through something without just writing it down? Like putting it on a shirt, I'm having a rough time. So the fire was that representation.
I love it. I love that scorched look. I was watching clips from Constantine. Have you ever seen that movie?
Oh, I don't watch too many movies actually.
If you like I guess really movies. Dramatic. All right. It's not that unless maybe you have a sticker sense. I think they're, in every action movie they might have like some comedic breaks for the but it's a movie about a guy who has like some supernatural powers and he like battles Satan, and I say that because not everybody believes in, necessarily a Satan. But he battles Satan and like demons and angels, and there was a representation because they had to represent Satan in the movie. And he had like a scorched thing going on.
I wish I would have saw that before the show. I might have got some more ideas. Sheesh.
I mean, things come around. But it just reminded me of like that movie. It was really like dramatic. And I like that. And I was like, ooh, I wonder if he has some more in the storage for me or, it
I do have some pieces left. So
it inspired me because I never thought to like take a torch to anything before. Maybe because I didn't trust myself. Are you interested in bringing other elements of nature into is that always something that you're looking to do?
I'm going to use water a little bit in this collection, but not actually on the pieces. It'll just be more for promo. And then I guess another element would be earth or grass, which will be part of the set design. So just 2 more elements.
So excited.
Same.
Who are some people that you're working with for the show, if you don't mind shouting them out?
Oh, no. I mean, fresh off the bat, we got Squiddy. He's helping me with a lot of the planning. We got Nombre. He's another up and coming designer from out here. We got Gabby performing. We got G performing. We also have JM Designs coming. I think she's from like the Reading area. Who else I got? I know I'm forgetting somebody. I got me performing. G and his friends are gonna do like a nice dance, something like that. And I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
It's a lot
pack
of
this place out.
it's a lot of people behind the scenes. I just want to shout out everybody.
What is your favorite self-care activity or practice?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't do too
Not
much
big
self
into
care.
that.
I know I should be,
Yeah.
but like I would say maybe reading actually, because
Yeah, it sounds like you read a lot.
yeah, I do. I used to do it a lot more, but now I'm so like running around a lot. But I would say reading because I'm taking care of myself, my mind, and to me that's always the most important thing.
Do you read much fiction? Because it sounds like you are more nonfiction.
Yeah, no, I don't read any like books. I think maybe the last fiction book I read was like The Alchemist or something like that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I love that book.
Yeah.
They should make a movie.
I don't think it'll do the book justice though. They always miss on the movies, yeah.
I don't know if this is because I was talking about Constantine and he's like the main actor in it, but Keanu Reeves, I think, would play a great alchemist.
Yeah, because it's set in I think like Egypt or something, somewhere where it's sandy and all that.
That's why I'm
type
thinking of
stuff.
John Wick.
Yep.
I was like,
the long hair, yeah, it'd be cool. They should do it.
I don't know who made the John Wick movies, but you heard it here first.
Yeah.
I know you say you have and I think I seen him on Instagram with your son at the ice house.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I know he's like super proud of you, and I just can imagine like watching my hero like create something that's bigger than life, larger than life. But I know that it's a symbiotic relationship. I'm sure like he inspires you just as much. What is it, would you say, like about your son that you think inspires you the most?
Just him being him, children, they say like children and animals are like the most natural because they don't have like that programming and like that brainwashing. So just seeing him run around and do whatever he wants is just inspiration to me. It's like, why be in a box? Life isn't meant for you to be in a box. So, they say you should always have that childlike sense of play. So just having a child and playing with your child, and it just gives you like a different perspective on things and inspires you in so many ways.
Would you say that he inspired NEWDÉ, or what was it? Was there like a specific event that happened that you realized this is going to be my new collection?
I forgot when exactly it came, but it definitely was like out the blue for sure. It wasn't like after the last show, I was definitely, in my mind, like, okay, so what's next? What's next? And I think maybe a month, maybe 2 months later, January. Yeah, I probably had the idea since like Marchish, and it just popped in my head. And then, I just sit with the idea for a while, make sure I like it, make sure it makes sense to me. And then from there, I kind of just, then I go to like maybe Nico, or I go to Squiddy and I like, hey, how does this sound? Or there's other people I just say bounce ideas off of. Like,
I definitely feel like, and I don't know what your trajectory has been. I know we talked briefly about being in Bethlehem, being in being Allentown. What brought you here? Because I think everybody knows what brought me here. I say it a little bit in like other videos where I talk about like what inspired Valley Voices, that an ex brought me here, and I decided, to stay after a while. But what was it that brought you here? Are you originally from Bethlehem?
No, I'm from Jersey too.
Where?
Yeah, you didn't know? I'm from Linden.
Linden?
Yeah, right up the block. If you're from North, I'm right up 1 and 9.
My dad grew up in Linden, so I was always there with my grandparents.
So you know the city.
So funny.
Yeah, but what brought me here, actually, I want to say,
is it like a series of events?
Yeah, it's kind of magical, kind of tricky, actually. So, unfortunately, right, like, unfortunately, my dad wasn't in my life for a while, right?
Okay.
But my grandma used to live in Bethlehem.
All right.
And I love my grandma. Like, I used to see her more than I see my dad, right?
All right.
But then as time went on, I haven't seen her in a while either. So I wrote in like a notebook. This was when I was heavy on my manifestation thing. Like, I wrote in a notebook, like, I want to see my dad and my grandma. Like, but what happened was my grandma ended up passing away, which sucks, of course. But that brings my dad to Bethlehem now. It was the craziest thing. And then, and then we're at the funeral, whatever. Mind you, I haven't seen my dad in years, whatever. Or his sister, which is my aunt.
Yeah.
So we're all just at the funeral, just talking. And then my aunt says, "You want a job?" Like,
like, come over
why
here.
not? Yeah, literally. She said, "Hey, you want a job? You could do this." Yeah. Like, she owns a daycare. Okay. So I had a job at a daycare. So pretty much that was on like let's just say a Tuesday. By like Saturday, I was moved out to Center Valley. Because low-key, I couldn't wait to leave Linden. Like, it was just, it's a lot going on out there, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was a fresh start.
Yeah. From then, did you immediately start working on the fire?
Through the fire? No. This was years ago. This is maybe
the fire was years in the making.
No. I'm saying I moved out to PA like 2018.
Oh, okay.
So at that time, I'm still kind of doing my handmade denim. I'm still doing like.
Got you.
I just started getting t-shirts made. Like, I didn't even know how to get a t-shirt made.
Okay.
So
I'm all into. We were talking about that. About using what you have.
Yeah, for sure.
You see me.
It's a great setup, though.
Using what you have, you don't realize what you have until you really start drawing and see what's in the closet, what's in the basement, the attic. I broke out everything, and it ended up to be more than enough.
For sure.
Was that the case for you?
Yeah,
Through the fire? I mean, you might have to, get a few pieces, but
even with Through the Fire, not a lot, but there were a couple pieces that came from my personal closet. Like, there were pieces I was wearing, and I just like, I wonder if I burnt this, how would it look?
Yeah.
And some of the pieces are just amazing.
Yes.
So I always go with the use what you got, use what you have now to get more.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of people, they go out,
I like that.
They go out and get a lot of stuff, and they don't know how to use it, or they don't need it, or it's just a waste. Why not use what you have? And then, like, see, this is great, right? And then you'll know when it's time to upgrade. Like, okay, no, now I need a bigger light, or no, now I need a bigger stand.
Yeah.
But until that time, just use what you got.
100%. Do you watch? No, you say you don't watch much movies or
it's just
TV?
So predictable. The last TV show I watched was Severance, which is probably the best show of all time.
Is it a drama?
Yeah, it's actually a drama show. Just imagine when you go to work, you don't remember anything about home, and when you go home, you don't remember anything about work.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. No, that sounds
like you'll be home, you don't know what you did at work all day. And you'll be at work, you don't know nothing about your home life.
Is this one person, or the world functions that way?
So it's a couple characters, but yeah, it's called Severance because it's like that's the procedure. Like, you got to get severed to it's a thing. Like, but everyone's not severed in the show. There's some people that's just regular, like But it's a great show. The way they shot it, it's very like it's amazing.
When did it come out?
So the first season, like a couple years ago, and it took like 3 years for season 2, which just came out in like a month or two ago. Yeah, but that's good for you though. They did, every week, but every week I was tuned in for sure because it's suspenseful. It's crazy.
That sounds like a show I would really like. I like psychological thrillers.
Yeah, it's definitely a thinker. Like, it's not scary or anything, but it's like it make you think like, wait, what? Like,
yeah. And it sounds kind of like futuristic too.
Yeah,
which I like.
Literally.
Sounds like because they're kind of like robots or robot hybrids. If you don't remember.
Yeah, like they put a chip in their brain or whatever. Like, it's crazy. They put a high-tech chip, but a lot of this stuff is like old school. Like, they use some super old computers and they use super old cars. Like, just watch the trailers. I'm sure you're like,
okay. But outside of that, not much of a TV moving person?
Nah, this is so predictable.
How does your personality, or we could say your essence, how does that shine through, would you say, in your artistic endeavors? And I also want to talk about this book or books that you've written that we somehow didn't talk about.
Because
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's a lot of people don't know I wrote a book because I don't know how to actually promote it. Because one, a lot of people don't read, and two, the subject matter is so broad.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wrote the book in layers, meaning like you'll read it one
Mm-hmm.
time and get something, and then you read it again, get something else. Like there's certain words I use. So the book, so my book is called Perfect Vision. And it's Perfect Vision. I actually do have 2020 vision.
You do?
But I'm colorblind.
Are you serious?
Which is crazy. Yeah. Not like full blown colorblind, but like a couple colors.
No,
like, tricky. So yeah, there's that. It's called Perfect Vision, and then like the subtitle is How You Look at Yourself Says a Lot About You. And that's pretty much what the book is about. It's about just changing people's perspective on themselves and the world around them.
Congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You're promoting your book.
For sure. But now what do I do with this clip though? You know, like I can't send it
release it every chance you get.
Like it's like I'm gonna send you a copy of it, and then maybe like
a copy of what?
Of the book.
What?
Yeah. I have a digital copy. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you so you can read it, and then maybe you could help me find my target audience. I don't know who. Do I sell it to older people? Do I sell it to younger people? Do I sell it to?
I wanted to start a Reddit group of kind of like Black spiritual women in Allentown. Okay. Maybe I should keep this in here.
Yeah.
But I started it on Reddit to kind of like draw people out and see where they were. I didn't follow through with it because I was just too busy with Valley Voices and with work and living life. I don't know. But I was thinking about just that, like when I first started the Reddit group, is how am I gonna like get the word out?
Mm-hmm.
And I started thinking about the things that are adjacent to it. So who are the people that engage with this stuff? People who do yoga.
True.
People who maybe are very health conscious.
Mm-hmm.
People who are into holistic health.
Yeah.
So that's what that's just my technique of like finding your audience, is like finding the people by thinking about what their everyday looks like.
Oh yeah, you did ask me the personality question too. I kind of skipped over that one.
I did?
Yeah, you said how does my personality?
Yeah, I forgot that even.
I don't know if you stole the answer, but you just reminded me. Well, I feel like I'm a pretty chill guy. I feel like I'm a pretty chill guy. And I think that shows in my work by the simplicity of it. I usually don't do too much, because
you're a minimalist, would you say?
I would say so. But sometimes you do have to go all out and do like some crazy wild stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part,
just for contrast.
Yeah, just to let people know you can do it. You know, but I like the simple because again, a lot of that extra stuff, you just don't need it. And a lot of people, it could be overstimulating for people and all that. So if you just do a good, simple product, good, simple, whatever you're doing, it's usually effective. Like if you look at, let's just say Nike or like whatever big brand, usually their stuff is like pretty simple.
Yeah.
Like they're not doing all types of crazy, like maybe they do every once in a while, but they're not always just doing outrageous, crazy stuff.
Yeah. You know? I guess because I've been reading Happy Pocket Full of Money, has me thinking about.
Is it your first read?
It's my first read.
Got you.
I know they say to like read it through all the way the first time, but my brain won't let me do that. So you see, I'm taking notes, and I'm going and reading back. So it's probably gonna take me a while to read through the whole book, and I'm fine with that because I'd rather process it all as I'm going than to like just keep speeding through it.
Yeah.
That's just how my brain works. But it got me thinking about, or got me back in touch with my wants, and particularly my dream home.
Yeah.
And I remember it got me realizing how much of a minimalist I am, because I barely want anything in
And
there.
they're just a couch and a TV and a bed.
I just want I want the touches to be nice. I have particular things as far as design, but as far as deco, I want everything. To me, it feels so much nicer when things have room to breathe. Are you that way? And you're living, because where I am right now, I keep everything so simple.
Right. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, right now, I just moved back in with my dad really quick because but before that, I had a 2-story loft. It was beautiful, but the design was definitely minimalist. I just had first floor was 2 couches and a projector. Upstairs was a TV and some magazines, and just chill out. Very, very calm, very tranquil kind of environment. Yeah.
Where do you think, since we're on the subject, what's your dream home?
Oh man, definitely somewhere hot. It's because I do desire to have more than one home, which I will, but it's just the one I'll probably live at the most. Somewhere warm, big windows, a lot of sunlight. Again, minimalist, and
what's around you? Are you in a city?
Around me, that's what I'm saying. I gotta have a city spot, but then I do need a spot where I could just maybe a little beach house or something, and then something in a stick somewhere where I could just meditate. And so it's tricky. I'm a minimalist, but I do enjoy the city. I do enjoy the fast. But being from Jersey is kind of just natural.
People to talk to and
but then moving out here made me appreciate that slow pace that just it's you and nature. Literally horses and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Shout out to all the Black equestrians out there. Hit up Valley Voices because I do want to talk to you. To really understand Billy's vision, you have to see him in motion. So we took the conversation beyond the mic to a little place called Second Base Vintage, owned by the incomparable Andy Poe. Here's what happened when we followed Billy into his world. Can you show me one thing in here that says you?
Yeah, let me show you.
All right, I'm following you.
So something that speaks to me is something like this. Very soft feeling shirt, good print, and it's it got a meaning to it. It has some substance, to the piece.
What would your younger self or your child self gravitate towards in here? Have you seen anything that
young me?
Yeah. Feel free to walk around.
How young you think?
I would say, when did we first start having a fashion sense? I would say 10.
What grade is that?
Third?
Third grade. I was fine.
I have no idea, to be honest.
So younger me, right, will probably go with something. I would definitely say something sports related.
Okay.
So that's why you gotta go varsity jacket. Maybe something like this. Actually, no.
Ooh.
This one.
Now that's
younger me.
fire.
I was heavy into sports in third grade. Definitely had a lot of J's back then.
So you say you were really into sports?
Yeah, really into sports.
Anyone in particular?
Basketball, for sure.
Oh, okay.
For sure. But I was into all of them, but I was playing basketball.
So you had your own varsity jacket probably, yeah?
I mean, not at that age.
Oh, right.
But yeah. I didn't play high school or anything like that. So,
got you.
No varsity jacket. No.
If you had to build an entire piece or an entire line off of one piece that you see here, which one would it be?
Probably go with something like this. Just because like bunch of colors is fun. You could dress it up, dress it down. So that's one thing I want to always do with the collections is be versatile. Always have some room to work. So I feel like something like this.
It's kind of busy, I have to say, for you. I thought, as a minimalist, I didn't expect something this busy.
Yeah,
Do you think you would subtract from it anyway, or build on it?
No, I would definitely subtract. But the general vibe of it is what I like.
Yeah,
there's a lot going on. I would simplify the idea of it, but yeah,
I like the texture and the patchwork.
All right.
I could see you tone down.
Before we wrapped, I asked Billy to speak directly to you. Here's what he had to say.
What's something you love to do, but you haven't done it in a long time? Whatever that thing may be, I'm challenging you to do it this week and tag Valley Voices when you're done and share what it unlocked. Excited to see it.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for another episode of Valley Voices. Please put all your comments below. I can't wait to hear them all. And please follow Plus One Company and get your tickets right now. Like right now. Yeah. For their show July 13th.
Yep, 4 to 8.
4 to 8 Sunday at the Ice House, the historic Ice House for NEWDÉ collection. It's going to be dope, and I better see you there. Oh, that sounded kind of threatening.
You gotta scare them up a little bit.
You gotta be there for real though. They're gonna have cash prizes, different things that you can win if you're just in the building. So again, go over to Plus One Company. Their website is where you can get their ticket. And I will see you there. Thank you, Billy, so much for joining me. This was a dope conversation.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, see you on the next episode.
See ya.
Okay, yo. Shooting right now. I'm trying to get you in the camera. What you've been missing. And when you're done, we'll shout you out, whatever. I started rambling. All right, one more. All right.
Okay.
Got in a different bag.
You have to do drama.
Yeah.